How's everyone doing today? Let's see. What is interesting in the world today that we want to take a look at? Oh, so much stuff happened over the weekend and just over the last few days. I mean, we've had the minerals deal finally got signed. That's a big thing. We could touch on that. Trade war stuff, definitely touching on that. That's the big thing that's, popping up right now. But let's see, what can we start our day with? Oh, I want to start with this lovely lady. Okay. Oh, what a way to start. Let me know if you guys can actually. Last time I tried to check the stream, like I said, I'm trying different streaming programs and whatnot, and last few times the sound didn't work. But we're working on it. We are working on it. So I guess the big topic that we want to talk about right now is the Ukraine minerals deal. It happened. Um, what do you guys think about it? Supposedly, from what I saw so far, they are not going to pay us back for money that we've already put into Ukraine. But what they are going to do is they are going to essentially give us future rights to extract the good stuff. You know what I mean? The Lindsey Graham gets his wish. I don't know if you guys ever seen that clip of Lindsey Graham where he's like, we need to protect Ukraine because they they have the raw minerals that we need. You know what I mean? Um, let's see. What does Ukraine even have? What do they have that we want? I know they have like piece of gold. They have oil. They have natural gases. They have some copper. So this is, I guess, in a way, a big win. But the part that I don't like is in the deal itself. It says that they have veto rights on what you can get and what you cannot get inside Ukraine. So I don't know. Imagine you're trying to. Sorry, I'm trying to reach for this coffee here. Imagine you you're trying to mine and they're like, no. The other thing this opens up for is, you know, this reminds me a little bit of like Ukraine by, I'm not Ukraine, like one of the like Afghanistan vibes where you kind of come in and you're gonna start seeing like American companies just start opening up, and yeah, we'll see how much we can gut Ukraine. You know, it is what it is. They're in a war. They need to get out, and we're gonna assist them by getting their stuff. And in a way, I don't know. It just feels like no longer are the days we're gonna be going out there to do things for free. That's not how America works, y'all. That's not how it works. Let's do the other thing that we love doing right now is going to Vessel Finder. And if you guys have been watching lately, I've been doing this every day, and because I just find it fascinating to kind of go through and see where all the ships are going, because you know people are saying like, oh, I saw an article. Let me know if you guys can see this or not. All right, this is what we're doing every morning. We're gonna check this, right? It's loved seeing all the ships coming in and out. All right. Oh, you know what is interesting today? If you guys watched it yesterday or not, I actually see more ships coming in and out. Interesting. Where's this though? What? It's going that ship is going here? Oh, okay, never mind. I got all excited. Um Interesting. So this ship just left. This cargo ship just left New Long Beach and it's going up to Oakland. But it says here it's from whatever country that is. What is this one? This one's from Taiwan. It's going. Oh, it doesn't know. Okay. It was just at Los Angeles. Looks like it's going back. All right, there we go. We're getting some traction here. That's one ship that came here from Asia. Where's this? What is this one? Okay, this one's going to Long Beach, but it was up in that Oakland port earlier. It's an American ship. Let me know if you guys can see this, by the way. Sometimes I have issues putting all these stuff inside. This one, okay, was that Long Beach? It's going to, where's this? I'll tell you. With this one. This one just left Los Angeles. It's going to Oakland. Interesting. I find it very interesting. Like I said, I love tracking this right now. This is the big topic right now, the trade war stuff. And if you guys haven't been coming in, that's what the port looks like on this side, right? And where's Seattle? Where is Seattle? Seattle's up here. All right. I mean, there's some ships. Okay, what I find why I wanted to bring up Seattle is I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures of the empty port, what it looks like in Seattle. It seems like they're getting okay volume. I don't know. It's much than the Los Angeles port, but again, this is the Asia port over here. There again, okay, and I keep saying this. It looks like there's a lot of activity, but you have to keep in mind that South Korea is here, Japan is here, Taiwan, Philippines, Vietnam. All these ships here go to that area. So it could be a mixed bag of all those. So, who knows? All right. The other thing I wanted to touch on that I found very interesting is the the situation, I guess, in China. Um, they're putting on a very strong face, but if you actually talk to the people, and I have a lot of uh, you know, Chinese friends, they're not doing so hot. I don't know if you guys know, but they're having a big issue right now. Since they make stuff, right, for everyone to buy, they don't have, and without us, we're the main buyers. They are running out of people to sell to. And this is what their factory looks like right now. These are just some of the factories um, that are going out right now. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I thought this was super interesting to see. So, as you can see here, this is a furniture factory in China, and it has been abandoned, deserted. There's stuff everywhere still. So the problem that's going on right now is that they have these mega factories, right, in China, and without the orders coming in, they're not going to have enough money to keep these factories open. It's just common sense, right? And they have lots of workers, they have lots of heavy machinery, and especially in this particular factory here, anything that's related to textiles, garments, whatever of that, the margins are razor thin. They cannot afford um, any sort of they cannot afford any sort of disruption. I mean, literally, some one of them I saw like brought up a very good point. Okay, let's just take any of the factories, right? They have millions of dollars of machinery in any of these factories in China, right? Let's we can go back to take a look at just this. Let me find a good example for you guys. Just find a still. We can just do. let's just do this part. Okay. I mean, it's not millions of dollars of machinery, but just I just want to give you guys an example. This is just an example. This is not million. Anyways, they have all these. Let's just say these sewing machines, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. And it goes all the way down. Maybe like 20 per row. Maybe they have like I don't know, 1,000 of these sewing machines. Let's say they're $100 each. It's $100,000 or whatever, or millions of dollars. They have to buy all these sewing machines. They have to buy all these parts. Sewing machines break down, whatever, right? And then they make this factory looks like they're making like shirts or something like that. They make like 5 cents or something per shirt. Now, for them to pay back the machinery costs is going to take them forever, forever, ever. And they need lots of orders. Like, look at this one. You see all this equipment? This is millions of dollars of equipment right here. And they make maybe a penny, 2 pennies, $1 per item that they send out. It'll take you a long time to pay all this back. The margins are thin, right? So they cannot, and a lot of these factories just opened, right? They've only been around from the ones that I saw, like 20 years at most, right? They haven't been around that much. So a lot of this stuff in equipment financing, that's what I used to do. Uh, at least in America, typical terms are 5 years, right? So that means they just paid it off, and once you pay off the machinery, maybe you get some more machinery, whatever, right? It's gonna take you a very long time to pay off all this machinery, making pennies per widget that you're making, right? And the tariffs are killing them. And the other thing that a lot of people don't talk about in China is that we had lockdowns here in America, right? They had lockdowns a lot longer than we did. Literally, they just opened back up like 2 years ago or a year ago from the COVID stuff. So the factories are just starting to get back up and going, right? And then we start the tariff war with them, and they're hurting a lot. So what's happening is a lot of the factory bosses are just shutting down their factories in the middle of the night. And imagine, right? Imagine you're, oh my gosh, how do we go back? Sorry. Imagine you're just one of these guys here. All right, this is a big example of this, right? All these people out here, they're pissed off because their factory shut down in the middle of the night. And so what's going on is basically you go to work, or they go to work, you go home, you come back, gates are closed. In some cases, the factory is basically emptied overnight, right? The bosses basically gut the place, and then they leave all these workers unpaid, and that's a big problem. Imagine you go to work and then you come back the next day and the company's just gone. That's literally what's going on all over right now, because factories are shutting down over there. They're shutting down, and yeah, the the margins are thin. They cannot go 2 3 days without operations, right? Because the margins are so thin. They're dependent on volume. And I've said this gajillion times, nobody buys as much stuff as the American public does. Nobody, no other country buys as much stuff. And without us, they cannot support themselves. So I don't know, which position would you rather be in? The country that's dependent on making stuff to kind of support itself, or the country that needs stuff, that just has this thirst to get some, we just need 5 pairs of shoes. You need it. I have to have it. 5 pairs of shoes today. So yeah, I don't know. But on our side, I don't know if you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it on our side. Here it is. All right, there's this. All right, let me share it with you guys. There's this. This is supposedly in Seattle. No, the it's empty. Usually this thing is full. And yeah, it's it's scary to see because what I see in this is, a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, just buy less stuff." But what I'm seeing is all the job loss on our side as well. Like this port has, longshoremen that work the docks, right? And then from there you have trucking companies, right? And I don't know you guys know anything about how truckers work. They get paid usually they get paid per like pickup. So once they pick up and once they drop off, that's when they get paid, right? And it's kind of like it's a game to them. You pick it up and you can see how many you can do within a month, and that's basically how much you make. And I think a typical trucker can within a month or so can do like, I don't know, two of these, 2 3 of these a week. Someone correct me. I saw some statistic a while back, and I've worked when I worked in finance before. I worked with truckers to try to help them buy, trucks, and I would talk to them. And then when I moved into uh, business, we get containers every once in a while, and that's just how it works. A lot of them are like subcontractors of a bigger trucking company. They got brokers that work to help them secure, like trucking lines. And so yeah, those are all jobs that are going to go away, or they're going to see huge reduction due to the trade war. All right, so that's that. Let's get into something more fun then. We're gonna get that out of the way. I mean, we can go back to looking at the. We would update it a little bit. We can go back to looking at the shipping lines to see. All right, and you know what I love to do? I love to see where the yachts are. The yachts are always fun to take a look at, and I'm gonna try to check this every day because I just find it so interesting. Is that all the yachts are here in America? And then talks about oligarchs. There are no yachts. There are no yachts in Russia. But then again, why would you? Ooh, who's this bad boy? Ah, sometimes it tells you what boat it is. Oh, who are you? Who are you? Find this guy. Ah, but yeah, it's very interesting that all the yachts are like here. They're in this. What is here? What do they like it here so much? Oh, Cook Islands. Cook Islands. That's the place you want to be if you got a little. Ooh, last port, Bora Bora. Bora Bora. Oh, is this where Bora Bora is actually? I don't know. I've never been, but this is the jam right here. This is where you want. Oh, is this bad boy here? This is the jam right here. To go to Bora Bora. Show off your yachties. All right, that was too much fun. All right. What else is going on in the world right now that we could? Did you guys want to talk about? Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, my news feed right now is full of trade war stuff and the Ukraine mineral deal. I mean, we can go back to that if you guys want, but it's just like I guess it really helps them, um, because it's like, y at least we're getting something back now from our help, but if you actually read it, it was, like, very vague on what you get, what you got. Alright. Okay, what is this? What is oh, no, I already did that one. Alright. Let's just cruise the internet and see what I find very interesting. Oh, what is this? What do we have here? High pressure salesman. Oh, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Here we go. Oop. High pressure salesman. Try my boyfriend. All right. Okay. Okay. So he just comes by the cruise ship and just throws in the rug. Okay. Uh, I don't get it. This is terrible. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, interesting. So he just runs along your boat and throws in a rug, and hopefully you buy it. But my that sounds like the worst sales strategy ever, because literally what you're gonna do is he's gonna throw in the rug, and you're just gonna sail off with his rug. Ah, that sounds terrible. It sounds like he must lose so many rugs every day. You know what I mean? Like, that sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, it must work. That's why he continues to do it. But I don't know. That sounds like a silly, silly idea. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Oh, what is this? Bro got his paper. Okay, let's see. What is this? This is how this guy gets paid. Ooh. Oh, Trey. Interesting. I've that that must be so interesting to get paid in cash. I don't think I've ever had a job that gets paid like that. I mean, I kind of did when I was one of my first few jobs that I had was building pool tables for people, and I remember working for a company called Icon. They're not around anymore, but what I remember about them is if you watch Something About Mary, there's a part near the beginning of the movie, and I guess this was when Icon was doing well back in the early 2000s. I guess they must have either, I don't know if this is on purpose or whatnot, but there's a scene in Something About Mary when Ben Stiller is talking to his buddy, the guy, the itchy guy, and there's a part in the movie where they're moving out. In the back, you see these trucks that are going back and forth. And I remember they're Icon trucks, and I remember go, "Oh my god, I work for that company." And what they did was they make copy documents for like law cases and these big companies and whatnot. But anyways, I remember working with some guy there, and he had a side hustle that he was working that he does is he builds pool tables for people or moves them. And I remember him like going around and looking for basically young guys and he'd be like, "Hey, do you want to help me on the weekend? You can earn some extra money." And I remember hearing this. I'm like, "This sounds shady as hell." Like, there's this guy. He's going around and he's looking for youngsters to help him over the weekend. And he's like, "Oh, you want to earn some extra money?" And it sounded so shady. And I remember like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then my buddy went, that I work with went and he said, yeah, it was not bad. Like literally you work for like 2, 3 hours and you get like $50. And $50 back then was a lot of money. Or 50 to like or $100, depending on how many you guys move through. And literally I remember going with him to build these pool tables and he paid us cash. And that clip right there reminds me of that time. But the great thing about getting paid in cash is that you don't need to let Uncle Sam know about your cash. Um, that reminds me, a lot of stores now I noticed are going cashless, and I always remember the whole point of having a store is to go is to prefer cash. And I was going to this coffee shop, and they were like, "Oh, we're cashless because I like to pay with cash." And I was like, "This is crazy." I always remembered, at least when I was growing up, all the stores prefer cash because you don't have to. And but now they're all going cashless. So I don't know. Maybe the savings you get from keeping it low uh, gets outweighed by, I guess, less theft because it's harder for employees now to take from the register if you're cashless. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone came up with some sort of analysis and said like, "Hey, it's actually better if you are cashless." Let's see what else is interesting to me. Yeah, trade deal is in the news. That's the jam right now. Ooh, what is this? You drop your phone. Oh, I always wondered about this. Let's see this. Let's see this. Let's see this. This girl drops her phone, and I guess she works at a park, and she is here to get it. Okay. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's always a big fear of mine to go on any of these rides and to lose your phone. That's why every time I go on any of these rides, I always wear, if I know I'm going to an amusement park, I always wear clothes that have zippers so I can zip up everything. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. That's that's terrible. Oh my gosh, let's see that part again. Because like that's somebody's whole life right now, you know? Somebody's whole life is on their phone and she just dropped like 100 feet. Oh, oh my gosh. Everyone's laughing, but whoever's phone that is, that's so crushing for them, you know? Oh, let's see. What else is going on? Oh, I saw this thing the other day, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I saw that Taco Bell is rolling out a new program. Basically, they are getting rid of the drive-through guy, and it's all going to be AI now. And I, it says they said that it's gonna increase efficiency, right? But uh, it's just one of those things where that's how it starts, right? The AI drive-through person, and then there's probably a person that still checks your order, right? Before that was the same person. I always find that that's a very stressful, underpaying job because I actually feel like you're doing a lot of work. The drive-through person, because you're taking the order. If you ever watch them and observe what they're doing, they're taking the order. It comes in. They have to verify the order, right? You come up next, and while they're talking to you, they are uh, checking the tickets with the cars that are coming by, and then there's like people talking to them nonstop. Basically, you have to have like three brains going on. That's a hard gig, and it's getting replaced now. The at least the initial part's getting replaced by AI, and that's where it goes. And then next thing you know, they have the automatic burger flipper, right? You know what's crazy? That thing came out like so many years ago. I have yet to see a restaurant really do it. The If you guys know what I'm talking about, the robot burger burger flipper. Like that thing came out so long ago. Mr. Flippy, 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 Flippy. All right, let's share this screen. Do, 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 do. Where we got it? Where we got it? Sorry, slow. I'm slow. Here we go. Hot burger flipper. Okay, this thing came out a while ago. So I'm just imagining. As again, let me know if you guys can see this. Oh, look at this bad boy. The flippy flip. How much does this thing cost? $30,000. Oh, burger flipper is not that expensive, actually. $30,000. You can get the burger flipper. Now think about this, okay? They have the AI order maker now, right? They have the robot burger flipper. Combine them. AI order maker, flipper, right? Soon, I'm pretty sure someone's developing the drink pourer, and then they have those. In Asia they have those robots that bring the food out to you. If you're in a hotel room, right? So combine those two together, those three things together, and you're gonna have an automatic fast food place in the future. Hello, Marky Yee. Hello. Thanks for joining us. You have the If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Taco Bell in select locations are piloting a program where they have an AI drive-through person, right? Drive-through. You go order 100% drive-through through the AI. And I'm just saying that later on they could combine that with a robot flipper whipper, right? And then if you're gonna dine in Asia, they have those robots that bring the food to you. So that's like they could replace. I'm pretty sure in the next 6 years, let's say 6 years to be safe, they could have a completely autonomous McDonald's. Because what are the parts of the McDonald's, right? Burger assembly, right? But if they preload the patties in and just have them drop as you order it, right? Then flip and we just looked it up, the flipper. Yeah, I know what I'm saying, Market, but I'm pretty sure in the next 6 years we can see it. I could totally see it already, right? You come in, the drive-through is already AI. You talk to the person, hey, I want a Big Mac. You drive to the next person, the screen will pop up. Is this your order? Yes or no? And you press yes, and it confirm they got everything right? And then you drive a little more, and that's where you wait for your food. Now go inside and just think about what's going on. You order a Big Mac, right? Once you order it, the bread, let's see, the bread, I'm pretty sure they have it in like the funnel tubes, and then the patty would just drop down to the grill, flippy, will flip. You know what? It might even be better because then they can make it fresh. Because you know how I think you know what? McDonald's already, don't they microwave a lot of their food? So maybe it'll be not. They don't even need flippy flipper. But let's just say Flippy Flipper. Flippy Flippy flips the patties. It's done. He slaps it on. A machine wraps it, right? And then it goes, and then the robot brings it to the thing. It shoots it into a bag, and then a tray pops out. And don't forget the drinks. The drinks, that's easy. Drinks, the cups pop up. Drinks come in, whatever you want. Because you think about it, they already have those kiosk machine, Coke vending machines, not vending machines, but those Coke machines that you can like mix and match flavors already, which I'm still not very used to. I every time I see one of those machines, I get an anxiety attack because I feel like a complete idiot because I don't buy a lot of fast food, and more and more places have those machines, and I've literally used it like two times in my life, two three times. And so every time I go there, and it's one of those places that has the fast food, the super soda dispenser thing, I get like, oh my god, I'm in there pressing buttons like crazy. But anyways, they have those, so just make that automatic now. Say like, oh, I want a Coke with mixed with Sprite, and then boom, it just shoots out caps. Or maybe they'll, what would make more sense is if they actually had the cup containers. They redo the cups. That would make more sense. That would be easier. That the caps are when it dispenses, the cap's already there, and the straw just comes in and fills it up. That way they prevent spillage. See? And then boom, 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 boom. Dunsy onesies. Right? And in that whole process, I'm saying there's nothing in there uh, that we cannot do already. It's just a matter of willpower. Do they want to do it or not? So that's what I'm saying. In the next 6 years or so, you're gonna start seeing automatic fast food restaurants. It's doable already. It's just a matter of willpower. Just one of these companies wants to start doing that, because I think the backlash that they're gonna get is huge. People are gonna be so upset. Maybe people are gonna not go there anymore because they're like, oh, these this company here is just trying to milk us dry, right? Think about how much money they're gonna make when technically they just need to hire a manager type person to kind of make sure the machine runs smoothly and just troubleshoot. That's literally this person's job, is to get in there and troubleshoot. That's all they're gonna need down the road. To hire one person, one lonely soul, maybe hire two people, so that person has someone to talk to. Right, right. I know. No, it's a scary thought, right? And that's fast food. And then you gotta think about the trickle down to that, right? The McDonald's, fast food, grocery stores, those are high school. Literally, that's a lot of people's first jobs that they get is working at a McDonald's, working at a Vons. You know what I mean? Like that's a high school level job. I remember when I was in high school, um, I want to say I was like sophomore, junior year. This is when the grocery stores had a big strike. I don't know you guys are that old or remember this or not, but at least in California, grocery stores had a big strike and all the workers were striking. And I remember all the high school kids were going in there and being scabs. And I remember my friend making so much money being a scab. I know, yeah, but he's in high school, right? And it's like this is in early 2000s. He was making, I think, $20 an hour, uh, working at the grocery store being a scab, and it's literally that was his first job. And I remember him telling me that every day he went to work, there were protesters out there, kind of like giving him crap. But think about it. Um, oh, see you later, Marky. Have a great day at work. I need to get back to work too. I'm just trying to do a quick stream and just see what's on the news right now and see what I think about it. Have a great day. Anyways, yeah, he was a scab, and that's literally his first job, getting experience, customer service, dealing with hostile, hostile work environment, whatever, right? Um, that's that's all gonna go away, or it's gonna be completely different now because there's that, and then already cash registers at grocery stores, they're getting more and more automatic, except for Stater Brothers. I don't know where you guys are, uh, but Stater Brothers, we have those in California, and they're unionized, and I guess they're not allowed to have the automatic registers. But just think about they must. I'm thinking about their management, right? Where they go into other grocery stores and they're like, oh, look how nice it would be to have an automatic grocery person, like register person thing. That I mean, that's going away. Basically, all those entry level positions are going away because of AI. And I've talked about this a few times. I also find it very funny that lawyers are having a hard time with AI now because, in the end of the day, being a lawyer is just knowing the law, and it's just as good as your memory, right? Because I think the frustrating thing about working with lawyers is that you can ask two different lawyers the same question, and they'll give you two different answers. One of them is correct, and one of them is kind of like, I'll look into it, right? And some of them just know the information off the top of the head, and later one of them has to look it up. But with AI, it knows, it literally knows what it is because the law is usually pretty straightforward in most cases. So that's literally a job that's getting outed right away with AI. So that's a scary thought. All those years of law school to get taken out. Unless you're a trial attorney. Oh, but then again, in the future, let's fast forward a little bit. 10, 10 years down the road, right? That's a good timeline. You could have AI lawyers arguing with each other in court. That's an interesting thought. Your public defenders are going out. Because think about it, right? At least in America, you're entitled to a lawyer, a defender. They're gonna start giving you AI public defenders. That's definitely gonna be a thing, right? That totally makes a whole lot of sense on what's gonna happen down the road. You're just gonna go into the courtroom and you're gonna be like, "This is my attorney," and it's a laptop. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got some work to do. Thanks for joining me today. I will be back a little bit later, and we'll keep this going. Thank you, thank you. Oh, sorry, one last thing before I go. Okay. Um, what do you guys think about this whole trade war situation? As I said earlier, I touched on the fact that China's not doing as hot as they think they are, and we're not doing as good as we think we are as well. I know in China, they're, at least to the public, this is their propaganda machine. Is that they're trying to put on a strong face to say, we're ready for war. We're going to do this to the end. And I guess it's at the point where we're just going to have to see which side, either America or China, is willing. How much pain can they handle? All right, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for dropping by, guys.